guys, welcome to the BJ Show. Welcome to round 19, 5 week for the AFL season to be completed. This episode I'll be showing my votes for the top 3 professionals from each team. I'll be showing my 40 tips or those 18 teams, 9 games. Let's begin. It's now round 19, 5 rounds to complete the 2023 season. We've got game 1 on our hands. We head to Friday night footy at Marble Stadium. Essendon vs Western Bulldogs. And I went with Essendon. Here's the top 3 for each team. Here is Essendon's Western Bulldogs. Darcy Parish comes from Essendon with Callum Daniel from Western Bulldogs. Mason Redman, Essendon, from Western Bulldogs.
Marcus Bontempelli.
And your top 3 best on grounds, I've chosen Jordan Riley from Essendon. Well done. But Bailey Smith, Western Bulldogs. Well done. Your Essendon and Western Bulldogs top 3 best on ground. It's round 19, game 2. Here we go. First Saturday afternoon footy, and we're at the MCG in Melbourne. Richmond versus Hawthorn. I went with
Richmond.
Your top 3 Essendon, Richmond and Hawthorn.
Tim Tatanto.
From Richmond. Hawthorn's
James Werple.
Jack Ross, Richmond.
James Sicily.
Hawthorn.
Dion Prestia, Richmond.
Jane Newcombe, Hawthorn. Well done. Richmond, Hawthorn, top 3 best on ground. It's round 19, game 3. We've got second Saturday afternoon footy back at Marble Stadium in Melbourne. Carlton versus West Coast. Carlton I went with. It was a good effort. West Coast, too good over. West Carlton was a big win. Here is the top 3 for each team. Carlton, West Coast. Here we go. Nick Newman, Carlton. Bailey J. Williams, West Coast. Well done. Sam Doc Hurlett Lee, Carlton.
Liam Duggan,
West Coast. Here we go. George Haylett, Carlton. Andrew Graff, West Coast. Well done. Carlton, West Coast, top 3 best on ground. Game 4 now, round 19. Twilight footy in Brisbane at the Gutter. Brisbane, Geelong and Mudder. This was a really good contest. Geelong won to play back in the final series. Brisbane I went with, and it was a good effort from Geelong. Never gave up. So here's your top 3 for each team. For Brisbane and Geelong, I went with Loggy Neal. Well done, deserve it. With Jeremy Cameron, Geelong. Hugh McClinkage from Brisbane with Patrick Dangerfield earns his second place. And here we go, your top best on ground. Josh Dunkley, clear Brisbane's best in this year since he's moved from the Bulldogs to the Lions, and Tom Stewart's continuously doing well for Geelong. Well done, your Brisbane and Geelong top 3 best on ground. Game 5, round 19. We head to the first Saturday night footy, and we're heading into Adelaide Oval. First versus second, but vice versa. It's Port Adelaide versus Collingwood. So second versus first. Who's going to take this role of victory? Well, my podcast will tell you everything, but if I'm going to give you a preview, it was less than a goal. So Collingwood was the tip. Even though it was like wow factor, that was the game of the round, and it was. Port Adelaide had a 17-point lead at one stage at the end of the third quarter. Collingwood just came too strong. So here he is, Your Port Adelaide and Collingwood top 3 best on grounds are. Then Houston comes first. Taylor Adams, that's coming beauty. Zach Butters does his job very well for Port Adelaide. Well done.
Steel side bottom Collingwood.
Well done, mate. Connor Rosie, Port Adelaide's best. Scott Pentley, Collingwood's best. Well done. Your Port Adelaide and Collingwood's top 3 best on ground. We head to we're still 19th round. Game 6 we are now in. Second Saturday night footy. In Perth at Optus Stadium, that is we are now heading to west of Australia. Fremantle hosting Sydney, or Thursday, you may say. I went with Sydney. A good row win for the Swans. Wasn't easy. Well, I have here is your Fremantle and Sydney top 3. Best on grounds are Andrew Bradshaw from Fremantle, well done. With Tom Puckley, well done. Jaga Oimia, Fremantle. Jack Lloyd from Sydney, and here's your top 3.
Caleb Sarong.
Fremantle. Luke Hucker, Sydney. Well done. Fremantle was a good effort. Sydney was a big win over in Perth. Well done. Your top 3 best on ground. It's now game number 7, 19th round. We are continuing now with the first Sunday afternoon footy. We hit the west of Sydney. From west of Perth, in Optus Stadium now we hit to Sydney. And that's at Giants Stadium. We got GWS Giants versus Gold Coast. Now I went with GWS Giants with this game. Here is the top 3 for GWS Giants and Gold Coast. Here we go. Lockie Ash, well done, Giants. Roy Atkins, Gold Coast. Harry Hengelberg, GWS Giants. Noah Anderson, Gold Coast. Here's your top 3. Josh Kelly, GWS.
Sam Flanders,
Gold Coast. Well done. Your GWS Giants and Gold Coast Suns top 3 best on ground. We come to now the second to last game of round 19. Where's all the season's gone? 19th game round has gone so quick. We now are back in Melbourne from west of Western Australia, west of Sydney. Now we're back for the second Sunday afternoon footy, back at the MCG for the second time. That's where we are, Melbourne versus Adelaide. I believe this is the second game of the round. Adelaide just never gave up. Yes, they were by 5 goals down and just not get the job done. But Melbourne I went with. I like to share these top 3 for each team, and I believe these are just great players for both respective teams. So here's your Melbourne and Adelaide top 3. Here we go. Jack Farley continues to dominate in big moments like against improved Adelaide Crows in season 2023. I've seen some hot goals, marks on the run, everything. We've got a good fitness coach for the Adelaide Crows. Usually with Melbourne, and Rory Sloane styles in for Adelaide's first. Second, Christian Patracta, well done, continues to dominate with our captain Jordan Dawson from the Adelaide Crows. Here is your, top 3 now. Well done to Angus Bradshaw, but Mitchum Hinch dominates so well, and he is deserved a top 3. So well done, Melbourne Adelaide's top 3 best on ground. We've finally made it to the 9th game. Final game for round 19. We have finally made it. Third time at Marlborough Stadium in Melbourne. But that's where we cross into for the MCG. We're twilight footy on a Sunday. St Kilda and versus North Melbourne. Now, North Melbourne have struggled. They've never gave up. There's been some massive improvements since that a backup coach have taken over since in the North Melbourne Football Club. Well, St Kilda went with and boy, St Kilda have just got the job done over North Melbourne by playing. North Melbourne play great at Marble, but this season is one to not forget because they are in a rebuilding page. Here's your top three for each team. For St Kilda North Melbourne, here we go. Jack Sinclair, St Kilda. Darcy Tucker, well done for North Melbourne. Here's your second. Brad Crouch from St Kilda,
Harry Sheasel.
North Melbourne. And here's your top three. Here we go. Jack Steele, well done. There's a few Jacks being in this year best on tying the top three for St Kilda, so well done. Luke Davis, Hugh Conley, well done North Melbourne. Well done, your top three for St Kilda North Melbourne. And that is the end of round 19. Well done all the winners, the players who I vote for this round. That's it for another episode of the BJ Show. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, subscribe down below, as well on Instagram, I might say. See you next time for more on the BJ Show, right on your screen. See you next time. Bye for now.